I do something very interesting and unique with my Tektronix oscilloscope at home. It helps me keep my piano in tune. I'm going to show you how I do it. Now, I don't recommend tuning an entire piano to the entire scale with your oscilloscope. That would be difficult, and that's what piano technicians are for. I have a piano technician who comes by twice a year and really tunes this up nice. But it's an acoustic piano, so it's susceptible to temperature change and so forth. And even though I have a good system for keeping the temperature and moisture right in the piano, it still goes out of tune. Mostly in just the heavier played section, of course, from playing as well. So rather than calling a piano technician, which is very expensive, it's about $100 to tune this piano, I want to tune just a few keys that tend to go a little wanky between those 6-month periods of having a piano technician. I don't have the ear for that, but I have the instrument. A nice, small, but it gets me by in the lab at home, Tektronix. I've got the 2012B. So to do this, I just get a little Radio Shack amplifier with a quality pickup. We'll hook the probes up to it, and I'll show you how to set your oscilloscope to do fast Fourier transforms, and we'll be able to see exactly whether or not our piano's on key or not. Now, like I said, I don't have an ear for it, but the piano technician does. So when the piano technician came last, I sat down after he was done tuning it, and I recorded the center of my piano, the parts that I know go out of tune. And I took a snapshot of that to the USB right off of my Tektronix oscilloscope. So when I think a key is bad, when I think one's gone a little south or north, I get out my Tektronix oscilloscope, I hook this little rig up, and I can see in the fast Fourier transforms whether it went south or not, and I can take a tuning hammer and I can tweak it a little bit, and sure enough, bam, it's right on spec again until the piano technician comes back and does the whole piano again. I've got my little rig all set up. I'm going to put that down by the piano. Now I've got the scope set to just essentially acoustic pickup. I'll play an A440 just to see the raw signal. But the question is that in tune? Okay, now for the interesting part. I need to take a snapshot of the A440. So to capture that information, I'll first change my scope for channel 1 into math function. Okay, and I've got it already set at fast Fourier transform, channel 1, 1x on my probe. I'm going to now set up my oscilloscope in single shot mode, so I got to be quiet, and then I'll go over and record that A440. There, you see now it captured that fast Fourier waveform from my piano. Now I got to decide what is the frequency of the primary. You see the main primary frequency of A440, and you see the overtones, and they're important too, but I'm not going to go into that here. So I go to cursor. I got to know what that is, so I click on my cursor key. That brings up my cursors. I put the first cursor over here, cursor 1. I'll push cursor 1. I got it in frequency mode for cursors. I'm going to then take that cursor all the way down to 0. So I got a starting point on my fast Fourier transform. There, 0 hertz. I now go to my second cursor, and I'll just move that down until I get on top of that primary frequency that was captured. And it shows the difference. And I don't know if you can see that on the screen in red, but it says exactly 440 hertz. So there you have it. That key is not out of tune, and I was just demonstrating. But if it was out of tune a little bit, I get out the tuning hammer, and I'll just start with, there's sometimes 3 strings. I'll start with each string on that single key, and I will just tweak each one until I can recapture that same primary and get it right on 440. Or whatever the tech had set it to, because if you know your pianos, not every key is mathematically right on a piano. It wouldn't sound quite right. So you got to know where the piano tech put it for you for your piano, and then you want to get that primary right bang back on that spot, and your piano key is in tune again. I really could use a lot better oscilloscope. This nice Tektronix has served me well, but vote for me, and I would really enjoy that in my lab, and I'll donate this one to a needy school.